Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love, light, and positivity. I wanted to remind you that it's okay that if you walk away from a frustrating task, situation, place, even a mindset, whether it be yours or someone else's, that it is okay to walk away momentarily, temporarily, to refresh, rejuvenate, and realign before you get completely overwhelmed in frustration and maybe break a cog, because we don't want to do that, because then that would be a negative reaction, and we want to positively respond. So if a frustrating moment comes your way, just take a break, step back, refocus, breathe, realign. Find the balance that lies in between whatever it is the task is, or, the questionable act, right, that's making you frustrated, or even upset, or, sad, even. Whatever the negative response or reaction is, rather, you want to change into a positive response. So before any of this escalates any further, just step back and breathe. And imagine your feet, right, growing roots from the bottoms of your toes, like from the whole bottom of your foot, right, into the ground, looking for, Mother Earth and her internal grid, so that you can get balanced in her energy and stabilize your energy while adding positivity, renewed, replenished positivity that you've generated with the help of Mother Gaia, and, using meditation or positive affirmation, or, touching the ground or a tree, putting your hands or your feet in the dirt, right? That will help you get grounded and help you go back to an even keeled place, so that when you start that task again, it's no longer an upsetment or frustrating or sad or a chore, if you will. Because you'll see that when you've given yourself a little bit of space, that, everything will work out in the end. And I firmly do know this. And as a matter of fact, I was in the process of hanging some picture. And I have 4 pictures that I wanted to hang, and either on this wall here, or, scattered around this room, right? Because that's where the majority of, the kids and stuff are, like the family, like, that's where their photos are. I don't really have them in any other room, right? The living room. So in any event, I was having difficulties sinking that screw, and I was like, are you kidding? This is crazy. And then I, went and got a better screwdriver, and then I dropped it, and then I couldn't find it because my eyesight was like, this is crazy, it's gonna blend in with the carpet. I'm like, yikes. And then when I finally got everything together and I finally got that screw in the wall, as you can see, the frame fell apart. And then I was like, and I lost my footing and I fell backwards onto the couch. And I was like, okay, well, before I get completely overwhelmed and, frustration trying to hang a damn picture, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to balance myself, and I'm going to get into a more relaxed, harmonized, here you go, harmonized state of mind. And with that comes the giggles and the laughter and the fun. And then it's like, well, you know what, don't get upset because you couldn't find that screwdriver, because eventually you did, and then you thanked your spirit team for, like, sliding it right over there. Just like I thanked them when they took me and said, okay, we need a breather, we need to sit down. And they just gently nudged me onto the couch. And I was like, ooh, good, because I could have ended badly, like I could have hit the floor. So, like, I'm very grateful for the breaks in between, and the laughter and the joy that I could muster up in between. Whether I'm laughing at myself or I'm laughing at the situation, or if I'm just finding a memory that brings me joy and laughter. Anything to break the frustration, right? No one likes that. I don't like that. And as soon as I feel that coming, I immediately stop that. I ground that out. I balance that. I transmute that. I sit down. I separate myself for just a few moments. And then when I go back to that task, it's like effortless. And that was just the divine's way of telling me that everything will go the way it's supposed to go when the time is right, and that you can't force it. I've had these pictures sitting on my table for probably a month, maybe two, and I haven't had the notion or the desire to get up and sink holes in my wall to hang these pictures, even though, the people who gave them to me, if, they don't see the pictures hung, they might think some sort of way. But, it is what it is. Nobody really comes here and looks at my walls anyway, so there's that. But I also know that it still wasn't the right time. That I still needed to sit down, and I still needed to, well, maybe not so much sit down, but change my mindset and incorporate some type of fun into my routine, because it was getting too structured, Try to get that picture on the wall, try to keep that picture in the frame, try to keep it all together without it falling down and creating, breakage or, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, okay, let's back off. I hear you. We're backing off. So as you can see, the picture frame is still there. The guts are on the floor over here. But that's all right, because eventually I will put it all back together again, and it will be on the wall like it was always meant to be. Like it had started out there way back when, even though it really is going to be recent. I know I'm being silly, I'm being foolish, but that's part of the way that I know how to transmute and flip my frustration. It's just a continued confirmation to myself that I am in control of my destiny and my mood and how I feel and what I want to think and how I want to portray myself. And I always want to be happy and funny and giddy and be filled of joy and love and share it with everyone, always. Because there's no better feeling than to share love, joy, and inspiration, uplifting each other by sharing it with another. Because we are people, we are here on the 3D, we were meant to be part of a collective, not to be a solo individual, that is removed from. So keep that in mind. And as much as the winter months may deter you from going out and, being a social butterfly, I can understand that. Because not everything is always easy for me to navigate, especially if there's ice or snow on the ground. And I know what I can handle, what I want to endure, and what I'm ready to achieve more of. And every day I get stronger and my balance gets better and my frustration is less and less. And I endure, periods of frustration throughout the day if I'm focused on my walk or my balance or my eyesight or my lower back, So, and those moments come when I'm exercising, when I'm trying to walk, when I'm trying to move about, when I find myself, falling because my leg gave out. But that's when I get frustrated. But then I have to remember, nothing was ever perfected in a day or even a short amount of time. It was 10 whole physical abuse to my body. And that doesn't go away overnight. It doesn't at all. And it's just every day you go a little bit more and a little bit more. And if you get frustrated in between, you find a happy place and you settle there for a little while before you go back to whatever it was that you're attempting to accomplish. And that comes in every different form, whether it's a task, it's a mindset, it's a person, it's a place, it's a thing. You know, it could be anything, actually. Because, face it, we're not alone here. Funny, huh? Could be anything. Directed by anyone. Knowing or unknowing, willing or unwilling, intentionally or not. Just keep in mind that words are spells. So when you speak out into the universe and you're doing positive affirmations, you're doing white magic on yourself. And when you're, thinking kind thoughts and responding in a positive manner towards your neighbor or, your friend or coworker or whoever that other may be, right? You're doing it out of a love space, not like romantic or anything, but out of genuine kinship, right? Kinship. Being kind. Offering interconnected energy to everyone. My lovely collective, whatever it is you do today, don't let frustration get in the way. Transmute that to compassion, not just for the situation, but for you too. Because you are just as important as that situation. In right, we are all just as important as the other. And there is no one better than the other. Not on 3D Earth anyway. Not in physical form. Unless it's an archangel or an ascended master that came down and, took a form to aid, comfort or knowledge or wisdom. But they don't usually typically stay long. My lovely collective, if you're in need of, trying to figure things out or how to get grounded and balanced, how to switch your frustration to self-compassion, at the very least for you, then by all means reach out, because that's what I'm here for, to help everyone out. My lovely collective, whatever you do today, may love and light and compassion over frustration always come your way. Blessed be. I love you.